Make the ground shake.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel Spark Your Curiosity. You might like to know about ghosts, whether you believe in them or not. So, just to spark your curious mind, we have brought a new video about the paranormal investigations. But if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe it and press the bell icon for all. And also, share to as many people as you know. So, without wasting time, let's get started. Number 1. The Haunting in Connecticut. The one of the most famous and horror case, The Haunting in Connecticut, tells story of Shedeker family. Their stories plays when the family rented a old house in Connecticut. Alan and Carmen Shedeker lived with their daughter and their young sons. But while exploring their new house, Carmen found strange items in the basement, the tools used by the people while grieving the dead bodies and to communicate them. After being discovered such things, the family soon saw the horror. They get to know that their house was once a place of funerals. The eldest son began seeing ghosts and terrifying visions. The same vision spread the other family members and even got worse. They noticed water suddenly turned blood red and smelled decaying flesh. But finally contacted a pair of self-styled ghost hunters and demonologists, Ed and Lauren Warren. They were paranormal experts who arrived to the conclusion that the Shedeker house was controlled by some demon. Number 2. Amityville Horror. The story started in 30th November 1964 when a man named Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed 6 members of his family at 112 Ocean Avenue, a large house situated in Amityville, New York. But just after 13 months, a family consisting George and Kathy Lutz with 3 children came to live there. In that ill-will house, everything was perfect. But one day, a friend of George insisted to have his house blessed. George knew a priest who also agreed to bless his house. Priest arrived to perform the blessing while George and Kathy were out of the house. When the priest started praying and as he threw holy water, he heard a weird voice said the priest to get out. When leaving the house, the priest did not mention this incident to either George or Kathy. But later, after a few days, he told them not to use the second floor as it is haunted, but they were unable to get his information due to calling issue, and they still used the floor. And the priest no further met them as he was badly sick and developed strange holes in the hands, and meanwhile George and Kathy's situation became worse as they experienced which would be turned out to be their final night in the house. The Luges declined to give a full account of the events that took place on that night, but only said that it was too frightening. The house was also investigated by famous paranormal investigator Ed and Lauren Warren, the demonologist. During the course of the investigation, they took a series of infrared time-lapse photographs. One of the images show a demonic boy with glowing eyes who was standing at the foot of the staircase. The Warrens have suggested that the house is occupied by spirits due to its past history. Still, people are not allowed to go to the upstairs. Number 3. Porley Rectory. Porley Rectory was a house famous as the most haunted house in England. The first paranormal events occurred in about 1863 as a few locals heard unexplained footsteps within the house. A man named Henry Dawson Ebul came to live in that haunted house with his daughters. They saw a shadow of a nun at little dark in the evening. They tried to talk to it, but it disappeared as they got closer to it. And later, in 1892, Henry Dawson Ebul died and his son Foster Bull started living there. But on 9 June 1927, Harry Bull died and the house again became empty. In the same year, a husband-wife came to live there. But the haunted house didn't left them also. They were became the part of the horrific events took place in the house. While cleaning out a cupboard, they encountered to a skull of a young woman. Shortly after, the family reported a variety of incidents including the sounds of bell ringing at night, despite the fact that they don't have any bell at home, and unexplained footsteps. Then the family contacted and asked for help from Paranormal Society, and therefore Harry Price, a paranormal investigator, was sent to their home, who investigated their home and reported that two spirits made their contact to him. One was of a nun and other was of a monk. They both were in relationship but caught red-handed. The monk was executed whereas the nun was bricked up alive in the convent walls. Number 4. The Horror of Samuel House. Samuel Russell House is a National Historic Landmark built between 1828 to 1834. Samuel Russell was a trader of opium who exported goods from China and India. This house was gifted to Wesleyan University in 1937, where it served as a Wesleyan's Honors College. In this house, on several occasions, locals have listened to strange voices, have saw shadows running. One of the policemen even said that when he was in the basement of that house, he heard someone walking on the upstairs, even no one was present there. Even the eyes of the picture was following him. Therefore, Thames Society of Paranormal Investigation was contacted to search truth about that house. On Monday 20th October 2014, the paranormal experts spent a night with their digital cameras, digital voice recorders, EMF readings and temperature readings. In that house, their recording cameras were knocked down in the rooms where no one was even present. The audio recorders capture unexplained footsteps from the top of the house, even no one was walking around the house. But we can neither confirm nor deny the demonic possession in house, as many questions are left yet to answer. Number 5. Arne Johnson Trial. In 1981, Arne Johnson was accused of brutally killing his landlord, Alan Bono. This haunted a story set back during 1980, when Gledgel family went to do cleaning of their newly bought rented house. When they arrived there, David Gledgel, a 12-year-old boy, encountered to an old man who promised to harm the Gledgels if they live in that rental home. They also heard strange noises coming from the attic, despite of the fact that no one was there except Gledgel. After this incident, David experienced most haunted night terrors. He exhibited strange behavior and obtained unexplained scratches and bruises on his body. His sister Debbie Gledgel and her fiancé Arne Johnson saw David being beaten and choked by invisible hand. After these horrific events, they contacted two self-described demonologists and paranormal investigator Ed and Lauren Warren, who told that David was possessed by some demons. Day to day, David's condition was becoming worse, and therefore, Ed and Lauren Warren had to perform exorcism. During David's exorcism, he told that in future Arne Johnson would commit a brutal murder. And so, after few days later, Arne Johnson returned to that rented house and found an old well which was the house of demons. As he looked on in that well, his eyes contacted with a ghost who shortly possessed him. During his trial in the court, he said in his defense that devil made me do it.